Whether you're new to Battlefield or somebody who's played it before, I hope you can at least find one new thing in this video. I thought I'd just try to make a relatively short video that covers 10 topics that could help you become better at the game, and teach you something you might not have known. I tried to give at least one tip per class, so I hope everyone can find it helpful. Okay, so firstly, if you play Engineer, what you want to do with the RPG is you want to shoot the back of the tank because it'll do a lot more damage. So the tanks are going to have more armor everywhere except the back. Usually it's going to take 4 shots with an RPG to kill a tank. You only have 3 shots, so that's going to be more than what you have. But if you shoot the back of a tank, you'll kill in only 3, which means you can take out a tank just by yourself. The next tip that I have is that if you play Recon, you have a special feature of your class that where if you hold your scope on someone, it will automatically spot them. So no other class in the game is able to do this, and this can be incredibly helpful as spotting enemies in Battlefield is really important. Another recon tip is that if you use sniper in a class that is not recon, your bullets are not going to have 100% accuracy and they're going to have some bloom. So instead of going where they are aiming, they are going to be slightly off. So if you want to snipe, only use the recon class, otherwise you're not going to have a fun time. Next is that I see a lot of medics reviving people in this game, but they're doing so by simply tapping the defib. Although this does work, it means that the person revives is only going to respawn with half their HP. Instead, if you're playing medic, if you have the time, try to hold your defib because it'll revive the person with full HP, which is going to help them out a lot more. Bloom has been a hot topic of contention in Battlefield 6, especially after the changes from the beta that drastically increased it. If you're using Assault, you're probably using the ARs, so if you want to manage the bloom, do not hold down the trigger when firing. Instead, tap the trigger to fire a few shots at a time to ensure that your bullets hit. Furthermore, I would recommend using a gun like the MP5 or probably an SMG in general because they seem to have much less bloom than the ARs, and they probably outperform them even at ranges the AR would probably usually be better. If you're not using the minimap in Battlefield, you're really hurting yourself. Whenever an enemy fires, they show up as a red dot on the minimap. If that enemy is going to be above you, they're going to show up as the red dot with an up arrow, and vice versa if they're below you. You should always be looking at the minimap and checking for red dots, as it'll help you get a lot of kills and also save yourself from dying a lot of the times. Furthermore, I would highly recommend equipping a suppressor to your gun, as it'll stop you from showing up on the minimap. And as you can see in this clip here, when the enemy shoots me underneath the pipe, he shows up as a red dot with the down arrow, and I'm able to know that he is there and then kill him. Another tip I'd like to give is that you always want to be flanking, especially if you're trying to capture the objective. Flanking the enemy is one of your best bets because you will catch them off guard. However, you have to be careful when flanking to A, not let an enemy see you, and B, be careful of who you're shooting at. Because if you shoot at the wrong enemy, they'll shoot all the enemies there on the objective are going to shoot back and then kill you. So you have to focus your targets properly. As you can see in this clip, I was able to flank and get a few kills. However, I was overwhelmed, which can happen a lot. A major problem in the game right now is people holding the skip button as soon as they die. Instead, wait a couple of seconds to see if someone is coming to revive you, as skipping to the deploy screen achieves nothing for your team and you will have to wait anyways. As you saw in the last clip, I died and I got revived. If I had skipped to the deploy screen, I never would have gotten those couple of kills on the flank. So, you should always wait at least a couple of seconds to see if anybody is coming, as skipping right away does nothing for you. I'm going to merge the last 2 tips into one because I think a lot of people will be aware about these. However, if you don't know about them, they're certainly going to be very helpful. If you double tap crouch when you're sprinting, you're going to slide a good distance. This can actually be very helpful for moving quickly if you're getting fired at and helping you go behind cover. Also helping you go behind cover is you can crouch and sprint at the same time. This is also very helpful if you're getting shot at. The last movement tip I would have is if you're jumping from a higher point, if you press crouch right as you land, you will roll and this will stop you from taking as much fall damage, so it can be very helpful. Okay guys, thanks for watching the video. That's going to be all. I didn't want to make this too long or make the tips too in-depth, as I think I just provided a basic explanation of them, which should help you understand them for the most part. If you want more videos like this, make sure to subscribe and comment what you thought about the video, and also make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya!